see what Weinstein said? Did you see what Weinstein said? I thought of you. I don't know why. Because I thought of you laughing. I thought of you reading this.
Female assault. Yeah, it did.
No. Do you know why?
She go, what?
I'll be honest. I'll be 100% honest. This is what I pictured, because I hadn't seen this guy for like 3 weeks. We hadn't actually caught up. But I pictured us sitting down like at a cafe meal, like having a coffee, reading the paper or something, and you've literally read it in the newspaper and just laughed. He's come out.
His mind works in
and he said,
visuals.
No. He said, Weinstein said that he never assaulted anyone, like it was never non-consensual, consensual. But yeah, he did use his position and offer jobs to women in exchange for sex, right? And he came out and he said, what did you want me to do? He goes, you all grew up fucking entitled and privileged lives and women were pouring over you. I was the short, fat, ugly Jewish guy that came from nothing. Of course I'm going to fucking... What'd you expect me to do once I got some fucking swinging money? Like, I'm going to fucking use it. I couldn't get a date till I was in my, like, late 20s or whatever.
There you go.
That's what he said, literally. He's like, you all grew up with entitled, privileged lives. I grew up as a short, ugly, fat Jewish guy on the outside having a struggle from day one. I'm just saying... I'm not justifying it.
Yeah, no, but you can,
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying. Why are you looking at me like I said it?
No.
Hashtag justice for Weinstein.
No,
I'm joking.
you can identify...
Free Weinstein.
Free Weinstein.
Free Harvey.
Free Harvey.
You can identify with that kind of a feeling, sure. You can identify, you can empathise with that.
He went mad with power.
But I don't give a shit.
He went drunk.
No, I'm not defending it. That's what I'm saying. He went mad with power.
Well, and what now? You're playing the fucking. You were playing the victim before, or the predatory, whatever, or remaining silent, or deflection, or paying people off. You're still not taking responsibility by now playing the fucking feel sorry for me card.
No.
Fuck you.
What he said was he didn't take away from because see, there's the thing. He's always denied.
He didn't defend himself.
He didn't defend himself on, like... See, that's the thing. He didn't use it as a means to defend sexual assault.
Oscar.
What he said...
Yeah.
what he said was...
That's fine.
Because he's still claims...
What did he do? What?
No, I'm saying all the sexual assault that he's done.
He's not claiming
you want an Oscar
guilt
suck
on
my
anything.
dick,
He's saying it was all consensual.
The other thing is...
Doesn't that guarantee
Can I just say, people are acting as if this is like, oh my God, I can't believe it, man.
Yeah.
This guy's a dime a fucking dozen.
Yeah, man.
Hollywood is rife with these motherfuckers, man. This
Hollywood? Dude, try your local fish and chip shop, man.
And exactly, not just Hollywood. Any fucking industry, people use sex... And they abuse it, and there are power games. I think it's House of Cards, ironically.
I love it.
Where
love
it says,
that show.
sex is about power. What is it? Everything. Fuck.
Dude,
everything in life. Everything in life is about sex, except sex. Sex is about power.
That's actually a really good line.
Yeah, and it's so fucking true, man.
Okay, here's a fucking point.
Really
here's an open question.
Here's a fun fact.
Here's an open question, man. We're looking down at Weinstein, right, for using his point of power in order to get a root, yeah? Because he never got a root when he was younger, and now he has a fucking bone he can throw out and play a card, so he's doing it, right? Would you agree that women use sex as a leverage point?
Yes.
I agree, absolutely.
Exactly.
Of course they do.
So how is it? I'm not, like I said, I'm not defending Weinstein's sexual allegations. I'm not justifying it.
But so do men. And I think, like, when I say that, there are women that use it in an isolated way as a sense of power, right? But there are also women that use it as a protection standpoint as power. Say, if they give their power up, you're going to fucking take it and run. The men will take it and run. So it's like that sort of balance of power. It's like if I use this, I can use this to my advantage in the best way that I can. Once I give it up, they're going to take it and run. So it's in a protection sort of standpoint as well as it is maybe a sense of power. It's in context. It's never used in the same way every single time. However, there's a lot of women that do, and I hate it, to be honest.
What about the women that knocked on his door? What parts you got for me this week? Do you know what I mean? I'm guarantee you there would have been women like that.
What about the women that have gone through all this and the ones that accepted it and were cool with it?
Yeah.
You know, and there's just as many of those women.
They know what they did.
Yeah, and the other thing about a lot of these women that have come
what did
out
they do?
are the ones that agreed.
But what did they do?
Are the ones that agreed to do this.
But what did they do when it was an exchange of...
Hang on a sec.
Power.
Ones that agreed to do this and go through with the sexual transaction, and then afterwards come out and start complaining.
Yeah, right. See, that's
bullshit.
Because
that's what I'm. Yeah.
If you didn't want to do it, then don't fucking do it. Don't take the fucking prize.
Walk out of that office
and have the fucking whatever you want, the role.
Don't be high and mighty about it now.
And then 20 years go, oh, fuck, and make a complaint of it. That's bullshit.
Oh, he touched me.
Yeah.
Where, like, you know, it's okay.
When you've accepted it, when you weren't cornered, when you weren't manipulated, I agree with that.
And that's what Weinstein's whole thing is. He's like, no, none of the sex we had was non-consensual.
No, but I don't believe him.
No, I'm not saying he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's telling the truth. Yeah. What I'm saying is that's his whole angle. That it was all it was all consensual, and he would have swung his money and dick around back in the fucking 80s and whatever. But you have to understand where he's coming from, a place where he was isolated and ostracized and grew up with nothing and finally got some access.
But I don't feel sorry for him. I think there's
I don't feel sorry for him at all.
Like far too many cases that he did take advantage.
That's entirely your call to make. Like, I'm not criticising you.
I told you, he went mad with power.
Yeah.
He got away with it once, twice, and he's like, well, fuck it, I can just get away with it now all the time.
Yeah. Right.
And he went nuts. And he just did what he had to do.
Dude,
well, didn't have to do it.
Cleopatra did that shit, man.
Yeah.
Cleopatra, literally, dude, she married Julius Caesar to forge an empire.
Dude, seduced men.
To
fight him. Yeah, man.
In this day and age, though, speaking about sex, women power, do you think of women differently if they give up sex even on the first date? In this day and age?
No. All in the context. It all depends.
So what does it depend on?
Well,
give us an example.
Okay.
Look at his face.
Hello. No, it's his stance.
You've got you've got that blank wog slate.
The wog.
Tell me something.
Wog
It's like, okay, rock my world.
And he's
now.
going to do that.
Let's hear it. Let's hear where you're coming from.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm treating I'm treating Aurora like a fellow respected podcast member.
Thank you.
Yeah. To give an example of what she's talking about.
But I know that. And Aurora will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she's here.
Talking about. An example. So just like anything, you've, a single man who's gone, I'm going to get fucking laid tonight, right?
Yeah.
They're not even going, I'm going to meet someone, fall in love, yada, yada. I'm going to fucking get laid tonight.
That's the plight of every single man, seriously. They want to have happiness.
And there's a woman they spot at a bar, and she's really lovely, and they're vibing, and they're having a great time, and he's like, do you want to come back to my place? She's like, fucking yay. And she goes. That's the context. Where does that lie? Like, what does that... And what I'm trying to say is that if a woman gives up sex on the first day of meeting you, does that make you sort of tilt your head and go, in a disrespectful way, like, let me explore this?
Okay, so you're saying...
Or does it make you go, I don't really care either or, let me just see. Do you know, I guess I want to know what it is that
she might be a bit promiscuous.
Okay, is this
correct?
Or that kind of...
What is it? What is it that you think, and why?
She could just find the guy attractive, as men find women attractive.
Yeah.
They just they do what they have to do.
But see, I've heard you even in this podcast, in previous podcasts, like we've been talking about stuff, and I've heard you like off the cuff say, well, she gave up her vagina or she sucked the dick, right? And that would be, sorry, go back and you'll hear it. And and that would sort of, to me, say...
I'm like, dude, I edit this thing.
You've said it.
When?
You've said it, Dim.
When?
I don't know, fucking 1955. I don't know fucking the date.
1955?
I wasn't born in 1955.
No, but what I'm trying to say...
I'm being honest, because this is really coming...
Anyway, go back and check.
I'm not trying to go back and check every podcast.
When I was getting my penis.
You've said she sucked the dick or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But when I heard that, when I heard that, like, my feeling of it is like,
Okay, I'm
That's
really
interesting that you even made that comment.
I've edited this fucking thing, so I know what we've said.
Power,
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's fine. But I
Deny.
Yeah,
no, but you can't make that accusation.
I'm new here, man, so I know what you're talking about.
I just work here.
I remember it distinctly, and I don't know in what context it was. However, I do remember myself just like hearing it and going, okay, that's interesting.
Being irked by it.
No, not irked, but there's this, I just make an observation that it's like, oh, there's a thing about power there. You know, there's a preconceived thing, and wherever the link is for you is for you.
No,
however, or you or Nick or whatever, I don't even know how it came about, but I remember that sort of comment. And what I'm trying to say is, obviously, does that linger around that, you know, when you meet someone and they do suck the dick,
hang on a second.
or give up anything, does that sort of make you think of them differently or make yourself a little more macho?
Put this in a context, like, you know me a lot better than you know Nick and Alex, right? Like, as in we've been friends.
Think so.
Yeah, we've been friends a lot longer. Like, you personally know me, like how I come across and what I think and la. Do you really think that's something that I would think? Like, as in, I'm asking, like, literally personal, like, because, I mean, you're making this observation.
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like something I would say and have that in context, as in the back of my head.
So, again, I don't know what context
you know me.
You
That's
said
what I'm saying.
And for me, what I know about you is, and what I connect to is actually your essence, irrespective of, you know, bravado or ego or anything like that. I connect to actually more of what you don't show, and that's just me, and I love that part of you.
That's garlic and 1 million.
And I think I love that part of you. I think that part should be shown more, and I've personally seen glimpses of it, and that's where I connected. So it's you know, a lot of the comments might be off the cuff and I don't know where they come from. So I make the observation like, oh, okay, I wonder where that came from. Not like I judge you for it. I just go, oh, I wonder, that may have touched your nerve.
To answer that question,
again, I don't know what context.
To answer that question, would you see a woman as anything less if you had, was it a
one-night stand?
Was it a one-night stand?
Met them. So you don't really have a preconceived notion of this person.
So you're literally just vibing, you're out somewhere and you end up like waking up together the next morning or whatever.
Right. And Tit said no, I think.
Yes, I said no. It does not bother me.
Straight away.
Yeah.
And wait, so why do you say...
Just jumped at it.
No. Is there a reason behind it?
I think, man, we're fucking all humans.
Yeah. Okay.
And if we want to fuck, we'll fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I also think it depends on the situation.
And it shouldn't be any taboos. I mean... Around
natural urges
Look, we're living... I think...
Tread carefully, my friend.
I think we're living in an age now where, you know, we're talking. You know, this is what equality is. You know, we're talking about if you're
why are you laughing?
If you're a woman and you want to go out and you want to fucking plow through, you know, half the footy team, or you know, whatever you want to do, or you want to go out and you meet some guy, and you guys have a one night stand, and perhaps you keep doing it. Maybe that's your thing.
Tonight,
you know,
60 Minutes, local actor declares promiscuity.
You know, and to me, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. What matters to me are the specifics. So if, you know,
that beaten sigh.
You know, like, you know, if you, I don't know. I mean, it's...
All right, well, did you see that thing about consent? There was a thing that came up about consent, and that fucking Polly or whoever it was. Okay, keep going. I'll find it.
Like, this is like... Look, I
don't think it says anything about.
It doesn't really say anything. Like, if I was
how much she respects herself. Say.
No, I don't think so. But the thing is, I think perhaps to me, I think it's probably, and maybe I do have some I do have some old school. I'm not completely. There's some new school about me and some old school about me.
Right.
I've got some old school, perhaps, ideas. Maybe I don't know if they're antiquated, but.
Yeah.
You know, I think, like, I can understand a dude being a cad. You know what I mean? Like going out there and being, like you know what I mean? Like,
it's in our society.
Doing that, yeah, sure. It's
and they're hunters of,
right.
Men are hunters.
Right. So it makes more sense for a dude, for me, in my head, that a guy would have high numbers. Let's say. Right.
Notches on the belt.
Notches on the belt. And less. I would maybe consider it less of more of a rarity if it was say a woman who had high numbers. Now I don't know what that says.
And what would that make you feel if they did?
If they had high numbers, again, I wouldn't judge, but I would. The question would pop into my mind as to why.
And I wonder why it pops in as to why.
Because of tradition.
What's the tradition?
Traditional views.
Traditional views.
Yeah, exactly. Product of our environment.
Views.
No, but I would also think why is she
playing on the field so much?
Yeah, why is she playing the field so much? What's she running away from?
See, and I think it depends on, because there are women that are promiscuous because they're hiding, because they want to feel love, or because, there are so many reasons why someone could be promiscuous. Even a man.
Same reason with men. Exactly. Same
Correct.
thing with men.
So it's not really, but I wonder if it's like just the same stereotype as to, she doesn't respect herself, or, she's damaged, or do you know what I mean? What if it was she fucking loves sex and she hasn't met the right one? Is that wrong? I don't know. Does it mean that she respects herself any less, or does it mean that she respects herself more? These are good questions to ask, I guess.
Each individual is different. So it's
case by case. I'm going to bring this up because I meant to bring it up.
Yeah.
And I especially wanted you to be here.
Okay.
It's segueing.
I'll sip this.
But it's still, she just takes a goblet of wine just to deal with this question. I just want a general idea of what everyone says here. This is actually written is an editorial by Joe Hildebrand, and we've mocked him relentlessly on this podcast. Joe Hildebrand, this dude from Studio 10,
dickless wimp.
Yeah,
no idea.
See,
dude, he's a guy. He was on Studio 10, surrounded by Ida Buttrose and Jessica Rowe, Denise Drysdale. Yeah, and how they've all fallen. Jessica Rowe disappeared, Ida Buttrose disappeared. Like slowly but surely, they all just got chopped away, right? And we've mocked him relentlessly based on the fact that it's like he's the most. He's like a eunuch. Dude, he's the show's whipping boy.
Yeah, he's the show's whipping boy. Any form of masculinity is automatically vaccinated out with estrogen straight up his ass, straight away. It's sad.
I know what you mean.
So sad.
Studio 10 is that show.
Exactly. Dude, if I ever was offered a position in like a greater broadcasting medium, and they said we need you on Studio 10.
Yeah, look,
mate. I'm currently enjoying my $19 an hour at fucking Audi. Like, keep your show. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather be able to just be me. Yeah. Like Jerry Lewis said before. Like, you don't want to be them. You want to be you. I read this editorial. And I'll give him this, man. Why the government is not welcome in my bedroom. Did you see what what was her fucking name? This came out, hang on. It's such a joke, man. It is such a fucking joke. The Prevention of Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Minister, Prue Goward. She came out the other day. Yeah? The New South Wales government will fork out $200 million over the next 4 years to teach school children how to defend themselves against sexual assault and to teach teenagers that silenced doesn't mean yes. So it's going to be a program that's going to be rolled out across the state from kindy to year 12.
Pay me $2 million to teach the youth.
Hang on.
About awareness.
It'll be teaching about understanding consent and launch $1 million ad campaign on sexual consent, telling young adults if they don't get a clear and verbal yes, then they shouldn't be pushing forward, right, with sex. This is what the Minister Prue Goward said, yeah? If you want sex, you have to ask for it. And if you want that sex, you have to say yes. Silence is not yes, right? Literally. She suggested sex would be considered rape unless the consent was verbalized.
What the fuck?
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
You right?
Yeah, I'm going to send you something because I want you to watch it. Not when you have your own time at some point.
Okay. Right? This is what Hildebrand said, yeah? He said, I'm going to skip through his thing. I'll send it to you guys so you can actually read it, right? He says, Goward is a good minister who's done a lot of fine work in tackling violence, and so we can only assume that neither she nor anyone in the government has thought through the ramifications of this particular Stalinesque decree, right? Unfortunately, I have, and you are not terrified by it already. You soon will be. Firstly, it inserts the government right in the middle of the most intimate possible exchange between two people, be it in their bedroom or a toilet cubicle. Frankly, that is a place no government has a right to be. Indeed, the government once used such powers to declare homosexual sex illegal. Now it appears they want the power to declare all sex illegal unless both parties explicitly vocalise one out of 171,476 words in the English language, right? So the government's actually setting down the conditions under which it allows people to copulate, right? Because under such a rule, anyone who had ever had sex without explicitly asking for it and receiving a yes in response, which I am pretty sure is everyone has ever had sex, could retrospectively be defined as a rapist.
I'm just curious as to what the fuck is going through the court system that makes them come up with this.
I'll lead it up to it, right? Now it says, what about same-sex couples? Because it literally says a man and a woman has to, a man has to request sex and a woman has to say yes, like literally.
Yeah.
So what about same-sex couples? Do both women in a lesbian relationship have to ask each other? Or do two gay men have to do it? Or what if they're in a sauna? Should they sign a waiver at the door? Or what if someone's lucky enough to have a three-way? Is it enough for the first two people to get a clear yes from the third? Or does everyone have to ask everyone else?
Would you like intercourse?
Yeah.
Yes.
And if they're swingers, then can they give consent in pairs? Right? Like, it just keeps going about it, right? And it says, that's hardly a problem for most of us. So what about the poor, long-suffering married couple who are struggling to find a window of intimacy between the afternoon nap and an 11-minute episode of Paw Patrol? So if you tap your wife, this is literally, this is a theoretically, if you tap your wife on the shoulder and she silently rolls over with a smile, you might think you're in luck, but in fact you've just committed an offence under the Crimes Act. That's legit. Dude, that's what they're talking about.
The tap on the shoulder.
It's like, even my own beloved sweet whispers of, oh, all right then, and for God's sake, hurry up, are still not enough to meet the government's new stringent guidelines.
Wow.
I'm sorry, darling. I'll now have to say I need a clear yes, and can you please speak into the microphone?
Can you just sign this, please?
Yeah,
literally. That's literally what it will come down to. You need a clear, distinct
yes. This is Romance 101.
Dude,
that's what it is.
Think about it.
Send me that article.
Yeah, I will.
It's like you set the mood, everything's cool, and sign this waiver, please, before we continue.
Are you kidding? Like,
and this is the thing, right?
What are we coming to?
Literally, man.
So, I'm defeated. I'm done.
No, it's a joke.
I know.
It's a joke. And I actually tweeted him on it, because he said, if the government really wants to send a message to sex offenders, be they rapists, pedophiles, or anyone else, it would be better to focus on punishing the guilty than criminalising the innocent. Sometimes the world doesn't need politics, it just needs justice. And I tweeted him back, and I just tweeted him and said, the government fucks us all, I don't remember giving consent. And he actually liked it.
Well done,
so I'll give him that.
Nice.
As much as we've beaten the guy into the ground, he actually liked that.
I like that.
And it's the truth, man. Dude,
Yes.
what if you, in your question, who would be what would your opinion be? What if you hooked up with a backpacker at a pub that didn't speak English?
Right.
Or didn't speak the language you spoke? Do you have to find a translator? A government-approved translator?
Reference the Usher song. What was the Usher song?
I need a justice of a peace here. I'm about to get laid. Can you open the fucking cop shop
Is there a 24-hour chemist around?
Literally, you're trying to buy Connie's, and I'm going to need your justice of the peace out here now.
Let me just read this.
Hurry up!
Let me just read this quickly.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? To verbalise consent.
Initial here. Initial here.
And here. I need 3 forms of ID.
Fucked, isn't it?
Does it hearing this, does it scare you boys? Like, does it go, hang on a moment, like, do you actually kind of, even in a drunken state, go, has this woman got her screws loose? Like, am I going to get fucking jibbed for this? Like, do you think about that or not really?
Okay.
It's really, like, it's almost like not really true.
It's over. Sex is no longer on the cards.
I think it's
no longer an option.
Special occasion.
It's no longer an option.
Well done. Happy anniversary.
Thanks.
Yeah, it just gets one in.
Give me that bottle, man.
Whatever's left.
He's got a harmonica. I used to get laid. When
I
I was a young boy.
That doesn't sound right, dude.
No, dude, that's fucked up. That is seriously fucked up.
Yeah.
It's actually weird because that comes out on the anniversary of did you see about, you know who Emmett Till was? Emmett Till was a kid in America in the 50s. Was it the 50s? He was from Chicago originally, moved to Mississippi, and he got beaten to death by two white guys. This is what they've just reopened a case. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah, it was all over the news recently. This guy got fucking lynched and fucking like mutilated and then thrown in a river because apparently he he whistled at a white woman in a grocery store. So this is the deep South 50s segregation, like full on. Chicago wasn't segregated, so he came from a place where it was really freewheeling and shit. Moved to Mississippi, and the woman lied in court, and she said that the kid put his arm around her and said all this shit about, like, you know, I've been with white women before, blah, 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 like, tried to have a piece.
Wow.
He was a kid, he was 14 years old.
Butterfly
right?
in my tummy.
Yeah, dude. And he got chased, like, apparently, he didn't even, like, apparently, like, his cousins and stuff that were with him, they testified to something different, but it didn't matter. This woman said this in court, and then two white guys literally rolled up to his house, kidnapped him, apparently to scare him. He didn't act afraid, he acted defiant, so they mutilated him and fucking threw him in a river. And then they pulled him out. His mother took him back to Chicago to be buried, and they had an open casket. And you could see his body was like just fucked up, right? Beyond repair. He was a 14-year-old kid. It was just ridiculous. But she insisted on an open casket in order for the world to see what they were dealing with, like the minorities. Yeah, it was really fucking sad.
That's really sad.
Dude, they still argued that fact, even though the two people convicted confessed to doing it on false, and then everything came out, it was all false allegations. Men got off. There was nothing, they weren't charged for anything. Now, this is the Deep South, yeah, in the 50s or when they're 40s, 50s. It was after World War II, I think, right? These guys, like the world, this has basically sparked the civil rights movement. This was really a big sort of notch in the thing saying, nah, fuck this isn't right. These guys moved to Texas, couldn't escape it, and they were defiant to their last days that they didn't do anything wrong. Yeah? The woman came out and admitted, she's in her 80s now, and the woman came out and admitted that she had lied about a lot of it. Yeah? And now they're rolling back the clock to see if they can get him acquitted based on that ground.
Oh, that's nice. Bit late.
Yeah, bit fucking late.
The kid's dead.
Yeah.
Like,
do you know what I mean? Everyone's gone, but they're still rolling back the clock.
Maybe just use that as an example for every other case that's.
But that's my point. Now you've got
gone through the same
this fucking
process.
minister saying, without a verbalised yes of consent, grounds rape. That's it. Dude, I know someone that's gone through like a divorce.
In that case, been raped for.
I know someone that's gone through a divorce right now. I know someone that's gone through a divorce, yeah? I know someone that's gone through a divorce.
Yes.
Where the woman was unstable, right? And she came out and said, they haven't slept together in fucking decade, right? Because like they were separated, right? They were living, I think, technically living in the same house.
But yeah, I'm sure he gets it in at some stage.
No. Hey, that's pretty. You can't use that.
What do you mean?
You just accused us of fucking making the same crude jokes.
No. I'm saying like not him. Like I'm saying that
with other women.
If you see like a separated couple and whatever, and they're going through the process, they still love each other, but they just can't make it work.
Oh no!
Like I'm sure there's like that grey area.
No. That's all I know what you're saying. No. This is
I wasn't saying anything.
Context, no grey area.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Fucking separate bedrooms, opposite ends of the house, until they could get it together and get the fuck out, right?
Okay.
And she came out accusing him of rape.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what he had to do? Defend himself. He had to come up with the means to get a lawyer and defend himself.
Yeah.
On no ground or evidence.
No, right.
Literally. Kids would have had to testify to say, man, they literally did not speak unless they had to. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he got thrown into the court system and had to pay for it and had to go through the entire thing just to defend himself on the grounds of that, even though he had done nothing wrong whatsoever.
There's many faults in the system.
No, there are. But what I'm saying is now this fucking brainiac is saying verbalised yes must be given, otherwise it's rape.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't understand.
Fucking nuts?
That's just numbing us more.
Painting every man as every man having the potential to rape and fucking mutilate. Like there are no women out there that would kill someone.
Yeah.
Or
rape or
do anything. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and we've said this before on this podcast, we're because of the new wave of information and just the overzealousness of like reacting to shit. Reacting, man. Like there's a thing to react to something.
No one's thought about it.
Reactionary politics.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's acting out of emotion.
It's a fucking
and not
joke,
logic
man.
and
What's
not
happened
reason.
to critical thinking?
At a time when we have all the information in our hands.
That's because politics is a bit of a joke.
That's because we're living in this PC fucking identity politics drenched fucking culture right now. And it's fucking shit.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
It's really shit. It's fucking everything up, you know. And I'm all for the fucking minorities to get devil, but man, it's being used as a political tool to enforce fucking state sanctions on fucking citizens.
Yeah.
You know, it's taking away from people's, you know, to the point where people are actually questioning, you know, this whole thing with freedom of speech. And if you start talking about freedom of speech, they start calling you someone who propagates hate speech.
Yes.
And it's like
They get it twisted.
yeah, they'll twist it.
Absolutely.
They'll twist it on you.
Manipulation, lies.
Yeah, and hang on a second. Who's deciding on what I'm saying is hate speech? Who gets to decide that? What, you get to decide that? You're above the law and you're making decisions on what is hate
right.
and what isn't?
The movement.
You know what I mean? It's bullshit.
Power.
Everyone jumping on board and...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it, man.
My rant.
It's fucked.
That's my...
No, look, man. Just
That's why I love listening to this new wave of commentators that are all on fucking YouTube. You know, doing the podcast, these long form discussions. People like Ben Shapiro and fucking Jordan Peterson.
Ben Shapiro.
And yeah, man.
Ben Shapiro is ruthless.
Yeah, but he's great. You know what I mean? Because he gives you another side of the narrative that doesn't get airtime. You know what I mean? And you know, even Bill Maher. You know what I mean? Like he's been criticised.
I love Bill Maher.
And you know, like
But they say it as it is.
they say it as it is, and you know, it's people that
In
are
a logical way.
Exactly.
And he makes fun of it, like in a very witty way, like makes fun of it.
And it's not about being, you know, right or left or anything like that. It's about being honest and talking about things with clarity and with a spirit of truth, and not trying to use spin to try to push your hidden agenda, whatever the fuck that is. You know what I mean? Just getting at the truth of it. You know, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
But everything is so politically charged right now, and everyone's got their fucking little flag that they're trying to fucking wave. And it's like, just settle the fuck down, man.
Yeah.
How can I continue
Or
with that?
fucking grow some brains.
Yeah.
You know, and let's have a discussion. Let's talk about things. You know, it's even like to the point where, you know, people can't even look at, you know, like for example, like Trump and stuff, right? Now, this thing like with Trump, where he's just met with Putin. Right?
Yeah, that's
now,
great.
this is fucking, like, man, the guys met with fucking Kim Jong fucking Un and fucking Putin in the last, like, what, a month?
At that?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is unprecedented.
Yeah.
In, like, American history.
Yeah.
And all the news articles are like, fucking Trump is, mate, he's not to be trusted. He's siding with the Russians. Like, everything is, like, trying to smash Trump.
Conspiracy theories and fucking...
Everything, they're, like, smashing him. And I'm like... All right, cool. I mean, the guy's a clown. We get it. But, man, like, just give us some fucking objective journalism here. And just call a fucking...
Objective journalism.
Thank you. And call a spade a spade.
Yeah,
and just go, this is actually fucking amazing that this happened.
Just rock up and say, hey, relax.
Just, you know what
relax,
I mean? Like, it's just like, it's ridiculous. And it makes me not want to trust the news.
Well,
it makes me not want to... I don't
But
fucking...
it makes people vigilant and not trust anybody.
Dude, journalism,
you know,
all
they
that,
can't trust
as we know it.
higher powers, and it's like, well, how can I trust you? Can I trust myself? Can I trust... Do you know what I mean?
Can you trust yourself? You trust...
Then what happens is a society that's fear-ridden.
Yeah, that's why I like
makes us
these open, you know, these channels like YouTube and stuff like that, where you get people like Joe Rogan and these guys who put people on their shows and they just talk openly. You know what I mean? And they talk things open, and there's no editing. It's unedited.
I mean, they debate, they can whatever, they can agree, disagree.
Exactly, and you get to the crux. You actually go in depth and you discuss the issue at hand, and you get to the crux of it.
Agree.
You know, and you're not reacting from like this, you know, emotional like spin and like it's all man. It's so obvious to me now.
But people don't have the ability, I think, to critically think or to take someone else's view. It's all based on sort of emotionality or a limited space of consciousness, where people are like, let me just seek the truth that I want to be true, rather than the actual truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's not objective. It's not critical.
That's right.
Yeah. Done.
Case closed.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know
Where
how
were you, Jim, and all that?
Well, no, fuck, man. I didn't mean to rabbit
Swimming
hole
in
it.
fats.
Like, it's just, it is how it is. I'm serious. You wanted a frank discussion. This is a frank fucking discussion, isn't it?
Yes.
No, I'm being honest.
My name is Frank. And this is the discussion.
My remedial massage therapist is a guy named Frank. Speaking of stereotypes, he's Asian, he's fat, he's gay.
And his name's Frank?
And his name's Frank.
That's awesome.
And he was the best massage guy I've ever had.
Happy ending?
No.
Frankie's currently incarcerated.
Hey, question. I actually found out the other weekend that women have been asked if they wanted a happy ending.
I know girls that have received
and
happy
what
endings.
the fuck is it?
Yes.
How do they do it?
What is
exactly
it?
the
What do
same
they
way a man would get a happy
No.
ending.
Do they get fingered? Is it clitoral
yeah.
stimulation? What is it?
no.
I'm pretty sure it'd be whatever you want it to be.
From a woman?
I know a couple of women that got happy endings.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not legit.
Yeah, legit.
They get asked, would you like special? And they're like, yeah.
So they get like a vibrator out and...
Whatever it is, man.
Whatever they've got on hand.
Whatever's on hand.
Whatever's on hand.
Are you kidding right now?
No.
Apparently, it's
Why would you? Okay, equality.
apparently it's more common.
Isn't that like a one-night stand?
Isn't that? Yeah. What's the difference between a woman approaching?
You're paying for it.
I actually thought
Women
though,
shouldn't pay for that.
No, I actually thought that
It doesn't happen,
No, I thought that if it did happen, it was from a male. But then, for me personally, I'd be like, I would not want.
Yeah, but the girls that have received this are not gay.
They're not gay. It's exactly the same
No,
thing.
what I'm trying to say is, it's like, well, a man's not going to go, hey, do you want a happy ending to you guys? Are they?
You wouldn't be. I've never happened personally, but
Why wouldn't
Like,
it
what
be?
I'm trying to say is, it doesn't
Absolutely
really
it
work the
would
way. So
happen.
I think of it like a man
And I'd be like,
asking
look,
a
buddy,
woman.
yeah.
Of course, if you're gay, it's another thing. But if
Okay, but what if it was a okay, now we're assuming gender and we're assuming like the role and shit.
Well, I just thought.
But what happens if it's a male masseuse on a female? Would that be okay or more
Well,
approachable?
they're asking, so if they're gay, they'd be like, no, mate. But if they wanted it, they'd be like, yeah, cool, okay.
What's the difference? It's still just a...
What I'm trying to say, though, is, ew.
Okay, that's your personal opinion. That means that you wouldn't pay for sex.
No, I wouldn't. I'd
That's
pay
your
for sex
personal
if I
thing.
wanted that person, but...
Yeah, but you would...
And I wouldn't pay for sex.
You know, all this
but-
PC stuff goes out the window if the two people actually find each other attractive.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. What I'm saying is I wouldn't find them attractive.
That's why none of this stuff would come out against like George Clooney. You know what I mean?
He's not
No
a Lothario.
way.
He's just a man of the world. He's
well travelled.
Yeah. He's just a gentleman, you know.
He has savoir faire.
No, that's 100%, man. Dude, women in the bar are less likely to get angry if, you know, and I'm sorry, Aurora, but this is fucking true.
Yeah.
They're less... yeah. They're less likely to get irritated. They're less likely to get irritated than if fucking Matthew Richardson cracked on them at the fucking bar.
Who's that?
Richo.
The footy player. Just tall, dark, and
is it-
handsome. Literally. Yeah, if he cracks on him, it's like, oh my God, I just got hit on my back.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
fucking Chris Yaron comes out and taps on their shoulder, like, get the fuck away from me, mate. Like, who are you? Literally.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's the fucking truth, man.
Yeah, man, yeah.
It's only beneath them if
Yeah.
they believe the person's beneath them.
Absolutely.
Literally.
I've never done that, though.
We're talking about gender stereotypes and gender affinities. Men...
I've given everyone the time of day.
Okay,
even
but
if they-
that's you, Aurora. And this
That's
is...
you.
This
You,
is the
But I think
problem.
that's
you.
respectful.
This is the problem. This is the problem, right?
But you're not trying to fuck him.
Yeah.
But I know they're trying to fuck me.
Yeah, but you're not putting it out there.
You give them the benefit of the doubt.
And I'm still giving them.
Are you leading them on?
No.
No, like I've said to you.
Because I'm like, you had the guts to come up to me and whatever, and I know what you'd like.
I've said this to you.
I like to know who you are. Like,
dude, I've
let's
said
have a
this to you.
conversation.
So
but it doesn't mean that I'm going yes to your advances
if some
straight
dude
away.
came up to you and was like putting all his fucking trying to tune you, right? And then what would you do? You would sit there and keep talking to him.
Yeah.
After he's tried to tune you.
No. Like, it depends on. No. Like, if he just like came up to me without like any kind of warm up or talking, and he's trying. He's trying to tune me.
Conversations is funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Aurora, you know what? I've said this to you through the entire tenure of our friendship. To your own detriment, you give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and you overcompensate for their lack of fucking emotional development. You overcompensate for that and go above and beyond to give them that kind of leeway. No, you, dude, see, this is the thing. You say that you, this is what's really bad.
Look, I have done in the past for like 2 hours.
Some dude came up to you and was like, "Hey, baby, come on, like, let's go. I'm going to buy you a drink."
Is that your best line, dude?
No, I'm not saying that to me.
Generalization.
Let me give you context. Let me give you context. There was this one guy that...
I would like to take you away to the remote islands of the Caribbean. Who are you, man? Just park my car, man.
Okay, sir.
I'll be back at 11. Just have my car ready.
I'm a valet.
I don't know if you've heard of
I'll park your car.
Or any of that. Pickup artistry.
Oh, it's a joke.
Oh,
It's a joke.
Right?
Don't get me started on those fucking cunts, man.
Right, but I don't know.
Those fucking snake oil salesmen.
What I'm trying to say is, like, I don't know if you've heard of all this, right?
Have you read The Game?
But the game, all of that.
That's full on.
One guy.
Fuck off.
Full on.
There's this one guy that came up to me at a bar.
No.
And
step
by step game shit, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a pack of cards?
No, but it was like the steps, like touch. Let me open up with like a classic line, like what it was classic. And because of how at this time I was seeing somebody who was well versed in this, so I knew a lot about it.
He was well versed in it. He was a pickup artist.
Yes.
The hunters.
That's another story, but we'll tell it.
Did he peacock with like funny
No.
like hats and?
So no. When I say well versed, it's like maybe in his lifespan, he's experimented with it, but then came to his own genuine type of understanding about human relationships and whatnot. However, because he was well versed, I understood a lot about it. And I was at a bar, and there was this like old divorcee that like came to me and. At this point, like a lot older, and he was like, "Hey, how you going?" And I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" And he's like, "Can I buy you a drink?" And I'm just like, "Sure." And like I sat there talking to him for 2 hours, but about the most genuine and deepest things, right? And for me, like, there was a point in that time where I thought, shit, am I leading him on? But I'm actually liking this conversation. I'm not going to sleep with you, but I'm enjoying this. So for me, I was like, well, where's that fine line in going, I actually want to live in the moment here and enjoy this conversation. And I'm not trying to lead you on in a deceitful way, but I want to enjoy this space. And I had a really nice time, even though that's not what I wanted. However, and then on the other spectrum that same night, there was this guy, a young guy, that came up to me within the first 3 minutes, touch, whatever. I was like literally, he touched the back of my neck, like, you have nice hair or nice earrings. I don't know what the fuck he said, right? But there was that sort of, and I was like, whoa. And I just went, yep. And I was polite enough, but I'm like, man, I know where you're going.
You're just on the fuck off.
Does not feel genuine. Yeah. And so I just went, no, I'm good, thanks. And like, he tried a few times after that, and I'm like, no. So I guess it's that fine. It's not about pickup artistry or not. It's like, where is it genuine? Where is it not? Where are we having a nice time and a nice moment? And where am I fucking not? Am I just a meal,
Absolutely. And with when you finally did that to him, shut him down and he got the message.
Yeah.
What was his reaction? What happened after that?
He left, and you could see him like chat other people in the bar the same way.
So he just went straight to the next target.
Yeah. So similar. So it's a meat
It's
factory.
interesting. Yeah, exactly. Because what you're experiencing there is that you want to have a genuine connection and a genuine conversation with someone.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who that is. You're open to whoever.
I'm open to it. Like, if I feel it, I feel it.
Right. You're open to whoever is going to give you that.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever. You're open to that.
Yeah.
And that's great. And that's the authenticity of it.
Right.
These pickup artists.
Yeah.
They come in and they're not even present.
No.
They're not even about that.
No.
They're just thinking
numbers, pussy.
And they're going, I'm
going
to get this chick. I'm going to lay this chick.
Yeah.
Right. So they're thinking that's their plan, and they're thinking A, and then they think okay, plan. Phase 1, phase 2, and then phase 3, and then the closing phase. Like it's like sales.
Yes.
It is sales.
It's sales.
Everyone's a salesman,
picking
man.
up and getting laid.
Yes.
That's why you felt used. That's why you felt manipulated.
Correct.
And
And Aurora, I keep trying to reiterate it. I tried to reiterate it like 10 minutes ago, but you guys went into your thing. I keep saying this to you, and I've said this to you through the entire tenure of our friendship, man. I've said this to you over and over again.
The word tenure.
To your own detriment, you give people way too much credit, and you look at everyone with optimistically thinking that whether they're troubled...
Well, it's the benefit of a doubt, you know?
I know, that's what I said.
Yeah.
All right? I said it before, but you weren't listening. When you hear the edit back, you hear me saying you give too many people the benefit of the doubt.
I think you need some wine.
No, I'm being honest, man. I've said this over and over again.
I
still haven't been able to say it. Really? Okay. I keep saying this. You look at people, how everyone has the ability to change, everyone has the ability to grow, everyone, if you just spend enough time, they'll come to your page and they'll become better human beings.
Well, I don't believe that.
Hang on. But you give people the chance.
Yes, I
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I do.
You give people the chance past a certain point, whereas, say, with us, and I know especially with Nick, the opportunity for growth the window is a lot smaller, man. And it's like, you know what,
or maybe your tolerance is a lot less. So mine's getting there.
No, because you know how you've just got an earful of how he's grown up.
Yeah.
So you know what his tolerance level's like, to the point of, like, self-destruction.
Yeah.
Whereas
but I can relate.
The point is there's no fucking time for that. Like, put this in a context, yeah? This guy has a wife, a child, and he's come from this fucking... He never had a head start, so he was always working behind the fucking... the gun, not in front of the gun, the starter pistol, right? You think he's going to sit here and entertain some fuckwit that doesn't know what they're fucking talking about, and then they're going to cause more fucking issues? Like, dude, my son is hungry. I need to go.
Yeah.
I've worked.
Yeah, no, I get that. But say someone who's single, right? Say, like, you know... You find yourself at a bar and someone, like, you're not going to give them the time of day to find out a little more.
Do you know where my time of day stops?
Judge them straight off the bat and go, nah, fuck you,
I'll give you an example.
I'll give you each to their own. But
I'll give you a fucking example, because you know me, if I'm in a bar, I'll chat to anyone who wants to chat to me, yeah? Dude, I was in a club, right? And I was just dancing with some mates, right? And some girls came up to us, like they were dancing near us or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we're all just fucking, like, you know, doing our thing, right? And I started chatting to one of the girls. Mm-hmm. And I had my agenda. I was dancing with my mates, right? And she goes, I'm going to go out for a smoke. I'm like, no, have a good one. And she's like, oh, you're not going to come out? I don't smoke. And it's cold outside, and it's my mate's birthday. I'm cool where I am. Yeah? I went outside eventually with some other friends, right? Because everyone wanted to go for a durry or whatever. And she was out there, and we started chatting or whatever. Like, no, dude, just friendly. Like, I didn't make any moves. Nothing. Mm-hmm. She gave me a number. I didn't ask for it. She gave me a fucking number, right? I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
And then I messaged her a day late. I think it was the next day, or it was like the start of the weekend when I met her that night. I think I messaged her like 2 days later. I was on my couch, like hungover, just out of it, chilling. I thought, you know what? I'll message her and say, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, friendly. Dude, I didn't make any moves. There was no fucking insinuation of me trying to get into her pants.
Right.
Nothing, right?
Yeah.
She started texting. We're just texting back and forth, like random Sunday Arvo bullshit, you know?
Like, what are you watching?
And then she said something about Eminem and Eminem, Katy Perry, and Pink. And she said that Katy Perry and Pink are the superior artists and give better performances and have better songs than Eminem.
Cease communication.
Dude, it went into like 2-3 different texts, and so I actually called her up. I said, you know what? I go, I'm not going to text this out. because I don't want you to fucking...
She just picked the wrong guy.
I'm asleep on my couch, right? Like,
you're about to fuck her Sunday.
Okay.
So, fuck with the wrong ball.
See, that makes sense to me.
Fuck with the wrong hombre!
She said something that doesn't agree with...
Hang on. I said, okay, so where are you coming from? Dude, where are you coming from?
Mercy.
Hang on. I said, where are you coming from with this? So she starts going on about it. And it was completely baseless. Not because she had...
your attraction level dies. Everything dies.
Hang on, man. Hang on.
I get that.
Dude, hang on. Can you let me make my point before you jump in?
Okay.
Let me make my point. All right? I'm like, okay, so tell me why you think this is A, B, and C. And she started berating me with like a list of shit. I didn't attack her. I literally called her up to get her clear, concise view on it because I want to understand.
Okay.
And so she starts going into it. And I was like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, there is no form of logic and nothing correlates to anything. It's like, you just don't like the cunt.
Yeah.
And that's your only thing. Like, I don't like him. Like, okay.
Well, there's a really profound sign right there. A glimpse into that relationship.
Do you know what it was, man? I started getting, she was coming across as like this modern fucking, like a modern woman, you know, full of like confidence and like, you know, I'm this kind of role and this job and this and that.
And you just wanted to destroy.
And I've travelled and all this shit. And I'm like, cool, dude. There was a lot of shit that there was a lot of
you
stuff
and your feminism.
No, there was a lot of stuff in the conversation that I clicked with, right? Like, as in, not that I was attracted to, but as in like, oh, cool. She travelled a lot. She was in media, all this sort of shit. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. But then,
so you got your hopes up.
No, I'm like, okay, dude, you're making it out like I was spitting. Dude, I was half asleep, making a courtesy text to a woman that gave me a number. Like,
probably he's drunk
it's
drinking
literally
beer.
happened twice in my entire life.
Shit.
Like, literally. Okay? And then she starts going on, and then I find out, like, she's in her 30s, she's living at home with her parents for neither. She's on great coin.
He's a bum.
And independent, but she's living at home with her fucking parents. Living at home with her parents.
Boys were a bum.
And there was just all these things started to fall out. Like these plot holes just started popping up. I'm like, you're fucked. You can't play this caricature on the weekend and then retreat to this other life. And then pretend that
but she can.
But she does. I wasn't going to fucking buy it. Like, literally. And that was the end of it. Dude, like,
she wanted to sell that to you.
I'm not buying, dude.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
But she thought she could sell.
Because
she thought she could sell polite, and that you would buy.
Dude, I was polite in a fucking club.
But you didn't buy.
Dude, I was polite in a club, man. I wasn't a prick. I was a fucking gentleman. Yeah? But she thought, I got a sucker. Yeah? So I'm going to sell everything I have off the bat. Like, dude, I'm not dumb.
You sucker. I mean, brother. You sucker. I mean, brother.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there you go. There's someone trying to sell something.
Yes.
And just for the sake of it, like, because I'm a man, I'm just got to fucking buy.
Yeah.
And you're like, here, do you want drinks for you and your friends?
Yeah.
Please, like.
She thinks she's just a dumb male that she can just reel in.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, see, I tried to do that, but it didn't work. Well, it did work, but I didn't call him back. So that was just a fun night. I know, I'm such a scumbag. See, I can be a scumbag.
But that's the point, that everyone's like that. Like, as in, it can go either way with anyone, man.
Yeah, correct.
But, again, like I said, to your own detriment, you give two people too much credit. And you shouldn't be wasting time on people. Some people don't deserve time is money.
No, yeah, see, I
Dude,
don't have
time
that.
is fucking
See, I
money.
don't equate time with money.
What do you mean?
I don't equate time with money.
You equate it to.
See, okay. I don't really look at time in the way that most people do.
Whoa.
Unless...
This guy.
Yeah. Unless it's to do with having children, because that's complete fact that my eggs will someday be scrambled. And that's got to do with time as we see it on this plane.
No.
But I don't really... No, I really don't. I don't look at... Like, I haven't planned my life the way most people do. I rarely do. I have, like, a visual of maybe what I'd like to work towards, but I don't... It's like I love the process of flow. So it's not really a time restrictive thing. I don't equate it to money or anything. More than that, it's experience and growth.
Okay.
So, and that happens innately and
Do
naturally.
you know who considers time being money? Rich people that make a lot of money and know how to make more money and have that drive, or poor people that have to work a lot to survive. Literally. I don't have the time.
But that's if they see that of complete value and purpose and meaning.
If you're hungry, dude.
And correct, but I'm fully satisfied in that way. So it means
that's
that
what I'm saying.
Everything above that is not attainable if I want it. But I don't.
But that's
it's meaningless.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
And that's not everyone else's. That's not everyone else's stance. That's what you need to remember.
No, I do remember. I understand it. But what I'm trying to say is to advocate for, I guess, the minority that we don't all see things the same way. You know what I mean?
And that's exactly the point that I'm trying to bring to you as well. We don't all see things the same way.
Yeah, and most do equate time with money and success and a lot of things like that. So that's why I guess I give people more time, is because I'm not with the norm. I'm not with the mainstream thought. I value things that most do not. Like No,
I agree.
Growth, success,
but like I said,
experience.
My point is that it's to your own detriment.
Yeah, sometimes it has been, but not enough to, I guess, steer me away from what I see as meaningful.
Okay. I'm just going to point out, do you guys know what time it is?
Yeah.
They're both on their phone dying.
I'm just saying, it's late, man.
I've legit been here for 16 hours.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Good night, Nick.
Why she scolds the rest of the vino?
She's still got some left. I'm going to take this with me.
With a brown bag.
I'm a fucking Bumble. I don't know about you guys.
Bumble? What's Bumble?
I've heard about Bumble.
It's like Tinder.
Yeah.
But the chick has to get in touch with you first.
Yeah.
Is that good?
She has to make the first move.
But do you give a consent? No, anyway, that's not like that.
Hang on, wait a second.
If you both like each other, if it's a match, then the chick has to make the first move.
But you can't write to her or anything.
No,
Wow.
she has to get in touch with you.
Yeah, I know.
So it's
That's
very
a bit cool.
it's non-confrontational.
I'm like, what a joke. That's a bit cool.
Can I ask
It's
a question?
it's non-confrontational. Let me finish. It's non-confrontational to in terms of getting sleazy guys.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
fair
blah.
enough.
So the girl has to make the first move.
Have you had a girl make the first move?
Yeah, I've had heaps.
Has it been
Straight
awesome?
up. Yeah, man.
Yeah. And is it like Tinder? Like, is it a bit of a...
You can't. What do you mean? Yeah, well, that's the whole point.
That's the point, but the power, the onus is on the woman now to make the thing. I was just going to say,
So
you
is
want
it
gender
really about
equality?
hook up?
Dude, you want gender equality right now, right, as a sign of times of where we are and who's paying for what? Why is it that there are fucking dating apps and websites and all this sort of shit where men have to pay for credits to speak to women, but women never
It's free.
have to pay for shit? No, I'm 100%.
Because women won't pay.
That's the point! Case and fucking point.
Because women shouldn't have to pay.
No, it's not about not have to. It's just they wouldn't. It's just fact.
Because they know that men are going to fucking jump through hoops and jump out of airplanes just to make first
So why
contact.
are we angry at that? It's just fact.
We're not. I'm just saying.
Society has created a system where
Not
men...
society.
Dude, it's society, because society dictates it.
That's maybe
Men paid for
the fact is just the fact.
That's
it's
the fact.
Women can open their legs and any men will be in there.
But that's
Women have the power.
Women
In
have
that
the
way,
fucking power,
yeah.
but that's the point.
Women have the sexual power.
Why
Right.
do we sit here and say that consent must be verbalized with an astound yes into a microphone? But there are dating apps that literally fleece dudes out of fucking dollars just to get contact from a woman, be it or be
But we're
not a
talking
bot.
about two different things.
No. What I'm saying is, this is a sign of where society is, man.
Right, okay.
This is the point, that this is a sign of where society is, man. You can't, you know what I mean? Things aren't equal. Let's make the dating apps. Let's make the courting system equal.
No, in the way that you express that courting thing, I disagree completely. That's ridiculous. However, when I say...
Just gets drinking.
Yeah.
Just gets into it.
Just eat some nuts.
First you get the power, then you get the money,
I'm sending you
and
an
then
article.
you get the woman.
I'm sending you an article right now. This is fucking great. You should read this. And so for the next podcast, you have this. It's about toxic femininity.
Dude, we did the last podcast on toxic...
hear about toxic masculinity.
Dude, that was the topic of last podcast. Toxic
Honestly,
masculinity.
though, I would literally, jump on this because...
Okay.
The feminist power, the movement
All right,
in this day and age, and the way
homework
it's
for the
been.
next podcast is to read about this toxic
I'm
femininity
sending
shit.
you this
Okay.
fucking...
Send it to everyone. Send it in the group.
It's in the group.
Dude, literally the last episode was about toxic masculinity. You guys can listen to that as homework for the next episode.
Done.
Jesus Christ, that's incredible.
Are you
See,
tired?
full circle. Full circle, we got there. Okay, it's been a long day. This poor bastard needs to sleep.
I know, 16 hours.
No, we're never going to let him sleep.
Just don't leave the room, man. No, we'll call it. How long do you reckon this has been going for? I don't know how long the intro went for, like when we were all here, and
we've been going 3 hours easy.
What bar is open?
Get hammered.
It's late night. Learn to sell a shot in 20 minutes.
We can make it there in 20 minutes.
Get the Clayton in 20 minutes. We've been going for just under 3 hours. That's crazy shit. All right. Thank you all for fucking listening, blah, blah, blah. I need to do more promos of this shit. It's a joke. Good to see you all. I haven't seen you two for like nearly a month.
I know. It's been a month.
It's been a while.
It's been a pleasure.
Oh, we've still got the glass.
He's still drinking.
We go home and get plastered. Everyone back at my place. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you. Like, share, follow, yada, yada, yada. Toxic femininity will be the subject of the next one with you guys. Done. Call it.
Leverage out.